us to the Sunshine State and Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys ready to get this one going. Then on the other side, you've got Jaguars head coach Liam Cohen. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. Two teams here that came into the NFL together back in 1995, and off we go between the Jags and the Panthers. He takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And we've seen the flashes throughout his 4 years in the league, but he's coming off an injury-riddled season where he only played 10 games. Has to eliminate the costly turnovers at 52 in 4 seasons, and he's hoping the new coach Liam Cohen can unlock his untapped potential, and it has to happen right now.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second down.
Handoff running left is ETN. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
And the Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
ETN up the middle. Gets around him. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
That's good for a Jacksonville 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
A shotgun snap and again to ETN. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Nice play to stop him for a loss by a Caleb Evans.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Now Lawrence to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And a pretty little juke move there. A nice game. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
It's a gain of 8.
Here's Lawrence. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 30. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Jaguars. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 31-yard line.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
Towards the end zone for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up fourth down.
Cam Little on for the Jaguars field goal. A 52-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week one. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
So here now are the Panthers for their first drive of the game. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
His second year in the league certainly didn't go the way that he thought it would. In fact, a lot of whispers around the team and around the league that maybe he was not going to be the guy. Ended up getting benched, took his time, watched the game, and then came back better than ever. Second year in the same offense with the same head coach should lead to an even bigger jump in year 3.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Carolina.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
The throw right side here going to be incomplete. Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush. But he found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
3rd and 19. Now here's Young. That's taken in. It's Xavier Legette. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. This is taken at the 18. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence. That is caught by Hunter. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
That's good for the Jaguars. First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Screenplay, here's Etienne. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. 2nd down and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. At their 48-yard line.
Straight ahead, Etienne. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
It's 3rd down and 4.
Lawrence will throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Young's incompletion on first down is to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's
Young will set to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. 37 yards on the punt with no return. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now ETN to start the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Lawrence. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and 10.
Now Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. The punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change that momentum?
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Brings up 2nd down.
They'll go again here with Hubbard. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. $3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. The slot man in motion right. Young to throw it. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Take it at the 37. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll look to ETN to start things out. They're able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. from the 48-yard line. Here's second down and 7. Here's a give to Etienne. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And the Jaguars first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Now Lawrence. Thomas has got it. Complete. Now second and 5.
To number 7, Brian Thomas Jr. A gain of 4 brings up second down.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
Finding his way down to about the 35-yard line.
The Jaguars on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
A gain of 6.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Jacksonville. First and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Former first-rounder Derek Brown living up to the billing on that stop. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 14. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
That's good for another Jacksonville. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Back to the ground with Etienne. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Second down and 3. Ball on the 7.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Another toe for Etienne. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, a 6-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, we have seen the stiff arm get a bit of renaissance here in recent seasons, and that was pure strength there as he forced his way into the end zone.
And when you think of guys who use the stiff arm so effectively, I go back to guys like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, some recent guys like Marshawn Lynch. Let's go to the Wayback Machine. Bronco Nagurski, he dumped out a wicked stiff arm.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll begin this series with a give to Hubbard. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now a 2nd and 10.
At the 22-yard line.
Here is Young. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Young now lets it fly for Thielen. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Nice move at the 40.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Got a man, that's Hunter.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Brings up 3rd.
From midfield now, Lawrence.
Now they go screen, it's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hubbard. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Panthers.
And they'll run on 1st down with Hubbard.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage.
Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker.
Up 2nd and 10. At the 25.
Young working out of the gun.
He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle.
Call it a gain of a yard. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
It's 3rd down.
To throw, Young. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Eric Armstead. And they're to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Jaguars getting set to go.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Over the middle, open is Thomas. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 44-yard line.
Running out of the gun with ETN.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
3rd down and 6. Now Lawrence to throw.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now onto the field, here come the Panthers.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Right back to Hubbard.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Young.
He'll dump this one off to Hubbard.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Looking to throw, Young. In trouble, and he's taken down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
They'll start on the ground, ETN.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down at the 21-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
He stiff arms it, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here's Lawrence. To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field.
And they'll start with a short field following that turnover as they look for points here before the break.
Following the interception, Young.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now the Panthers going to use the 1st of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
3rd down and 1.
Young. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Young. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And this one is right through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you downstate an hour or two to Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Meanwhile, in our game, neither offense has been able to distinguish themselves. It's been the defenses that have stood tall so far. As we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. You know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
It's third down and 4 yards to go.
Here's Young from the shotgun.
And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Panthers first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Panthers.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Straight ahead with Hubbard.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Young. And his throw is incomplete.
Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye Oluokun. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2.
This game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
It's 3rd and 7.
Lawrence. Screenplay. Here's Etienne.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
A gain of 15 yards. And the Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Quick slant to Brown. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
A 9-yard pickup.
Now Lawrence.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't fumble.
And he will have a Jaguars first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
We're on Jacksonville. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now Lawrence.
Thomas has it. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Here's a 2nd and 5. A handoff for Etienne.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Travis Etienne, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard.
They find some open field here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Young. And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield. And the Jags grab it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. This offense, thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially to skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Lawrence will throw.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Young to throw it. Young scrambling and able to pick up the first with his legs.
24-yard gain on the play. First down, Carolina.
On the counter, this is Hubbard.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
At the 46-yard line.
Now Young. That one complete to Liggett.
And he'll be down at the 46. Well, they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. Young will set to throw.
They'll run the screen with Hubbard.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line.
Travis Etienne and the Jags offense set to take over again here.
He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times.
Lawrence here, the ball is free.
And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
The try here for the extra point. And it's up through the goalpost. It's 17-10. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the 2nd half. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
Past the 30, 2nd down coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
3rd and 12. Now Lawrence to throw.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
47-yard punt, a return of 4.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together. They go play action. Young. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Trayvon Walker
in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on 1st down.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Jaguars 1st down.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that'll be incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
And the Jaguars are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
15 yards. And the Jaguars 1st down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
ETN will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Trayvon Walker
Getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At the 34. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
Brings up 2nd down at the 37-yard line.
Back to throw. Lawrence.
And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Lawrence giving to Etienne here on the option.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
A gain of 24 more yards.
Etienne once more.
Evades him at the 10. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
7-yard line.
4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. From the gun, Bigsby.
And he is going to lose yardage here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now 3rd down and 7.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
Nick Scorton. That is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Brings up 2nd and inches.
Adam Thielen, back-to-back catches.
This will wind up a loss on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
Young
takes it on the sneak.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 1 yard. First down.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It was Eric Armstead coming up quickly and dropping him for a loss.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Thielen going to go in motion right.
Young working out of the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Counter, Etienne.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Here's Lawrence.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Lawrence, now this is ETN on the draw.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Field goal. A 34-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And the Panthers coming out now. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And the Panther first down.
Now here's Young. He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick. This 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Young quickly to the flat. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
In motion goes the tight end. On play action, Young.
Got a man, that's Liggett.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
It's now 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Carolina.
To throw, Young.
They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 32-yard line. A 6-yard pickup.
Young to throw it. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro.
Complete to Hunter Renfro. A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, Panthers.
Now Young.
Back to Renfro again, complete.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Brings up 2nd down.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. It'll be Young again. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score.
Hubbard going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk.
A gain of 3. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Throwing, Young. And he'll just get rid of it.
This likely a must-have, 3rd and goal.
It's 3rd down and goal.
Looking to throw, Young.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll run for it. It's Hubbard.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina.
Chuba Hubbard.
Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. This defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
17.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
The Jaguars offense and Travis Etienne set to take over once again. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd down.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
3rd and 5. Now Lawrence.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
The field goal. A 52-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously, a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points, so it's not mission accomplished. It's darn close.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So now Young and the Panthers down by 16. A minute 17 remains. Somehow they need to come up with a pair of touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and
Young to throw. Got a man. That's Leggett. Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now. Young. Able to find Thielen.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Carolina.
Now Young.
Open man, once again it's Thielen.
Young's pass.
And he goes out right around the 39.
A gain of 3. Brings up 2nd down at the 39.
Here's Young.
He'll find Thielen working the middle.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
And it's 3rd down.
Again, it's Young.
To the left side, he's got McMillan. And that will get him another 1st down, but the clock certainly working against him.
Gain of 5. And the Panther 1st down.
Young. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Young looking for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
Incomplete. Darnell percentage on
One last shot for Young, letting one go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Jags, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.